Hey, welcome back to the Backyard Professor Chess videos. Why do we love Paul Morphy games so much? It's because they are so interesting, entertaining, and actually educational. Let's watch this one. This is playing Riviera in 1863 in Paris. They both open with pawn, king, 4. Knight to king, bishop 3. Knight to queen, bishop 3. Bishop, bishop 4. And bishop, bishop 4. And now the queen, pawn, knight. So it's going to be the Evans gambit. Does he accept the gambit? Yes, he does. He takes the gambit pawn. So Morphy bumps up the bishop pawn, and the bishop bumps back. To bishop, bishop 4, to which Morphy castles. So it's a typical kind of interesting Evans Gambit opening with nothing original and unique, just another boring game of chess until Morphy begins to attack the center. Yusupov, before he was a Twinkie in his mama's eye, or a twinkle in his mama's eye, says, we need to learn to struggle for the center. And here is what we see Morphy doing. Absolutely. Very good chess. And the pawn does take the pawn. And Morphy likewise takes the pawn, hitting the bishop, to which the bishop bumps back. And now the other knight comes out, and queen, with a huge blunder, comes out to bishop 3. Now, normally in the course of events, you want to develop and all. No, that should have been the knight, not the queen, especially against Paul Morphy. Watch what he does. First, he brings the knight to here and says, well, hello, baby. Would you like to dance tonight? And she says, no, I'm not in the mood to dance right now, but thank you for the offer. He says, oh, come now. Please, I would really enjoy this dance. I've been practicing the tango, and I've gotten quite good at it. So he tries again, and she says, no, she's being a little standoffish, sort of prissy, somehow some queens are. And so the pawn decides to try his luck. And he says, hey, darling, would you like to dance? I've been practicing the square dance, and I've gotten pretty good at it. And the pawn says, no, she does not want to dance with you. Get away. So the other pawn tries to dance with the queen, and he says, hey, my lovely lady, would you like to dance? I do the tango as well. And she said, well, no, not really. I'm just not in the mood to dance tonight. Notice with each one of Morphy's moves, he is accumulating more advantages. This is one of the interesting things about this game. Little by little, even though you almost just don't perceive it, he is gaining advantages every move. Keep watching this. This is really interesting because now he bumps his pawn to pawn king 6. And this pawn does not want to take that pawn, so he goes forward. Because there's a huge brouhaha going on there. I'm not going to worry about that. I want to show you the game. And I know some of you will get mad at me. You show me what went on, okay? Knight to rook 4. The knight wants to dance with the queen still. He's really a persistent knight, so he's still trying to get the queen's attention. And she comes way over here and says, no, I do not want to dance. So the bishop decides he will try his hand at dancing with the queen. And she says, oh, for Pete's sake, you guys are absolutely relentlessly ridiculous. No, I am not in the mood to dance tonight. And the knight asks her once again, are you really sure you don't want to dance? Because I'll tell you what, I've got some hoof-beaten music for you. Really, you'll like this. We can just go out there and jig. And she says, no, I do not want to dance. And the bishop decides to try to sneak in the back way and say, oh, come on. Come on, you know you want to dance the jitterbug with me. The jitterbug is my favorite kind of dance. And the queen says, scram, fella, and she slams the door in his face. So she did not want to dance with him. Well, the knight says, look, I am not even kidding. I've got a great band down at the Hotel Riviera on the riverfront. This is a great night to go dancing. Let's dance, I'm telling you. You don't know what you're missing. And she said, yes, I do know what I'm missing. I'm missing a night with you. So I'm gonna get out of here. The other knight decides, you know, I know she wants to dance, so I'm going to go a roundabout way and try to get her to dance with me. And her own knight decides, I've about had it with these guys. They are harassing the heck out of the queen, and I'm getting sick to death of it. The knight comes up and says, one more time, my lady, please, I am dance crazed. I want to dance with you. And the other knight says no, and he gets rid of the pesky knight. That offends the pawn, so of course the pawn will take the knight, of course. And now the queen, once again, comes to bishop 4 to try to get a little bit of relief. She's getting tired and she can't take it anymore. So the queen comes up here and goes check instead. And the king comes to queen 1. And now the queen rook comes to queen 1. And here is where black resigned. My suspicion is because if the bishop finally takes the pawn, gets rid of the pawn, then knight will take c7. Check. Discovered check. And bishop will go to d5 to block the discovered check. And the rook will take the bishop, check. And the queen will have to take the rook. And finally, the knight would get his dance with the queen. So that's why I suspect he resigned. We don't know that, but that's just one possible line. This delightful game by Paul Morphy had to have amazed to no end his audience, because as he kept constant pressure and initiative and harassing the queen all the game, he accumulated enough advantages and open files, an open area, that he could put together a good attack on the king, and black would lose the queen, and so we have a game where Paul Morphy won again. All right, there's your Grandmaster game for you tonight. It's Friday night. Go out and celebrate. That's what I'm going to do. It's relatively early. Been a hard day at work. I'm going to do just this one video tonight, and I'll have more videos for you later on in the weekend. In the meantime, remember, it's the weekend! Have fun! Yes, yes, yes! Oh, and study some chess, too. That's always a good idea. Keep studying chess, because we are about improving our chess. Not as grandmasters, but as people who are climbing to the mountaintop of chess goodness. That's what we're doing. I'll see you guys in the next video.